a candidate and a council person who will come back to this area? The answer is unequivocally yes. The reason being is because first I am a citizen of District 9 in Prince George's County, and I have shown my care, my concern as much as I can. I have done everything I can to try to bring many citizens throughout District 9 together. If you look at my record, you look at my programs that I have put together, you look at the type of grants that I have written on my own as an ordinary citizen, you will know my value. And I think anyone who knows me and know my value will consider giving me their vote. Beyond that, my integrity, I know, is impeccable. I have raised 7 children. So if I've raised 7 children, do you think that I'm going to walk away from a community that's in need if I didn't walk away from 7 children? So I want people to really think about this slogan that I have. If you want something different for District 9, then you must elect a different kind of person to stop getting the same results. Thank you.
Now I'm going to give you my word. You've heard it for years. You look at my record as a military soldier, and a soldier says a lot. Okay, these have all been lawyers, they've been politicians, every single one except for the man here who's grown up in Prince George's County. If you do a background and you check, it's about honor. And I've had that honor to serve the country, and I hope to serve the people here. I've been from day one. I get nervous out here trying to speak in front of people, but one-on-one I'm fine. But the bottom line is, it's all about action and less talk. Everyone's been asking us questions, all we've been talking, a gentleman over there says, I've heard this, you said the same thing over and over. Everyone on this panel has told you change. You haven't heard that out of my mouth. We're finished with change. We already have enough of it out there. It's action. We need to work on the actions of the changes that they've started for the last 12 years. I've already delivered when they've all said out there, you ask what I've done, my accountability. I have the same phone number that I've had for, been married to you, 10 years? 15 years. So to get a hold of me, it's easy. The reason I'm standing up, that was an honorable question. When I'm here and I want your vote, it's an honor, it's a privilege to have your vote, to serve you. That's the reason I'm standing out. September 14th, I want your vote. I want to serve you and not talk about it, deliver. You need faith in the system. I can deliver that.
As you know, it's a thankless job, okay? We need people that can truly serve the people of District 9. I've listened to everyone throughout the evening. I've holded all my responses back because I wanted to talk about, I live in the rural tier. I live off Mollyberry Road. I live on a 5-acre lot. And there's certain things that the rural tier brings that makes us who we are. You know, that's the history of Prince George's County. But our numbers have changed in Prince George's County as well. We don't have the same numbers that we did in 1990. But my son is an advocate for horses. He is an equestrian. He's competitive at it. He rides every weekend. He rides over at the place in Upper Marlboro right there by the equestrian center. Yes. And one thing that I do know about the rural tier is that it's the home of the equine industry. There's over 1,170 equine industries in Prince George's County today that have generated over $63 million in tax revenue for our community. Okay? And yes, I will come back here. I will know your name of your dog, your cat. I will build this relationship with you because at the end of the day, people, it's about relationships. It's how well you build them and maintain them. And when you have a solid foundation, only great things can happen. Thank you for giving me a chance to respond to that. Thank you.
I not only can unequivocally say that I will be here, but I've been here. I've been to meetings right here. I've been to the association meetings, and I'm not even in office yet. I've participated on every Wednesday when we had the agricultural task force meeting. Mr. Yates-Claggett can attest to that. Some of the others here can attest to the fact that I've been here, I've been listening, I've been educating myself so that when I do come, I can come and speak intelligently and because I know the issues. No, I don't live here, but I've taken the time over the last 5 to 6 years to be here in Baden, in Aquasco, to know the issues. I know the issues about some of you wanting broadband and cable in your communities. I know the issues about preserving land equity and how important that is not only to you, but to your children and your children's children. I've been here over the last 4 or 5 years, coming to meetings when there was the Sub-Region 6 plan. Before we even had the plan to come out, when there were the pre-meetings here, I was here. I was in the audience. I participated. I asked questions. So my face may not look familiar just because I have my hair up, but I have been here, and I commit to you that I will always continue to be present here and participating. In fact, I attended the Farm Bureau's dinner this year. My neighbor, Mr. Parker, I walked to his farm and I picked berries with my children. So I've been here. I've been invited to certain things and I've come and I will continue to come as your county council representative. So please vote for me on September 14th if you're a registered Democrat. But I'm planning on beating this crew if you're not. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my commitment has been demonstrated. I have a solid record a solid record of representation as your state legislator, as a commissioner with the Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission, and I think that's one of the issues that, well, I won't say that's one of the issues, but the issues of this rural tier and of Baden brought me down here on numerous occasions. I'm still learning. I met Mr. Claggett at one of the TDRs, and that's when Mr. Councilman DeNova was the only councilman that came down here. And he asked me, why was I here? And I told him I lived in this district, and that would affect whatever is going on down here could impact me. But my point is, I was here when you were concerned about the transfer station, the traffic on 381. And it was another issue, the land use issue. But my point to you is that I do volunteer my time and services. I will be visible. I am transparent. And I do operate with an open door policy. That is the record. You could go to my web, everybody's talking about web pages, but I'm available to come out to the community. I won't expect the community to come to me. I know that you meet at least once a month, then it would be incumbent upon me to make sure I get on your agenda, especially when there are issues coming before the council that will impact you. So I don't wait until something happens. You will see me when there is a meeting, and that is the way I will schedule it. I'm not saying put every third Tuesday on your calendar right now. I know that's Mr. Frankfurt, but my position is your tax dollars pay for my services, and I will be coming to you. And again, I have a record of commitment, integrity, and honesty. One other thing, when there were the water main breaks in Montgomery County, you read all about that, and everybody rushed that. In Temple Hills, it was an even more serious. People were displaced from their homes, and I will have those people come out to testify which one of the 6 commissioners came out to make sure they were being taken care of. I didn't have to, but the fact is, I cared about them as a community and people whose lives had been endangered by that water main break. So, without further ado, I am committed. Again, I'm a public servant, not a politician, giving you a lot of rhetoric. My work speaks for itself. I thank you for your time.
I think you're absolutely right. No offense to Dr. Billings. There are far too many communities across District 9 saying the same thing. Saying we feel ignored, we feel left out. We haven't had our say. We haven't been listened to. That's not what you pay these high property taxes for, is it? You don't pay all of what you pay and value all of what you have in order to be ignored. We have to have leadership that transforms that. Now, I've talked about, I've served you on the federal, state, and local level. I think that matters in this election. It's one thing to go to meetings and send emails, and that's important. I've done that. I've worked on issues, whether it's Lake Ruth, whether it's the Fly Ash landfill, whether it's Wilmer's Park. That's important. But you need experience. This past Thursday, we passed a $95 billion budget at the Prince George's Community College. We had to deal with cuts from the federal, cuts from the state and local level. That's what your next county council member is going to be dealing with. That's real experience. That's not talking about, a meeting, okay? That's important. So the answer to your question is you look at our track record, but then you have to also look at, well, how are we going to change what we currently have right now? I've pointed out to many of you inside my literature, okay? This is my actual cell phone number. This went out to 12,000 people. I'm giving out some strategy information. This went out to 12,000 people, okay? I've gotten dozens of calls, let's put it like that, on issues that relate to what I'm talking about. Because we have to do something drastic to change the perception of our leadership right now. I mentioned to you the District 9 Advisory Group meetings. I mentioned that to you because that's a promise you can hold me to. If we're not meeting every fourth Tuesday, you know I'm breaking a promise, okay? You shouldn't have to wonder how to reach your county council member. That's not the way it has to be. And so what I'm offering is not just this rhetoric, but I'm actually offering action about changing the way things have been run in our county. We can be proud of our leadership again. We really can. But we really have to be careful in who we choose in this upcoming election. Thank you.